What is up? What is happening is me, Minnesota Vikings man 28, and the Minnesota Vikings lost yet again, a much closer game this time, 12-10 against the Indianapolis Colts, and we scored a touchdown, unlike the last game, but but we did not score an offensive touchdown. We're still looking for that offensive touchdown. Hope we'll get it next week against the Chiefs. If not, yeah, we're in big trouble. Um, so looking at how we did today, a lot of the first team players played today, and the defense looking fantastic. We only allowed field goals in this game, so we did not allow the Colts to score any touchdowns. But when you only score 10 points in the entire game, yeah, you can win by field goals. So Kirk Cousins went 5 of 7 for 23 yards, so he did a lot of short passes. And I like. I mean, we won't know how that is gonna reflect because of the short passes. So rushing, Amir Abdullah had 35 yards. He was our leading rusher for that game. AJ Rose, who had a fantastic game last game with 100 yards, only had 10 yards off the same amount of carries. So Amir Abdullah upping Rose in that department. In receiving wise, Chad Beebe had 2 catches for 47 yards, 0 touchdowns. Of course, this can be a common theme because the Vikings cannot score an offensive touchdown to save their lives. KJ Osborne, 2 catches for 27 yards, and a lot of people getting catches all around since it's the preseason. Other quarterbacks, Jake Browning, who came in second, 6 of 15, 82 yards, 0 touchdowns. Didn't look. I mean, he looked meh. Same thing with Kellen Mond, 6 of 12, 61 yards, and 0 touchdowns. Kellen Mond had some flashes, but for the most part, same thing with Jake Browning, not really that impressive. We did, however, talking about the defense again, we did get 2 interceptions. Should have been a lot more interceptions, especially in that first half. One by Troy Dye, which went to the house, the one pick six, and then Jordan Scott. So they definitely are the stars of the defense today. Sack wise, did we get a sack this time? Because I don't think we got a sack last time. No, we did not get a sack. So defense still looking for that first sack as well. So yes, we only allow 12 points, but we need to getting to the quarterback is going to be very crucial. And we didn't do that with our first team defense. We did good in the secondary wise. For the most part. But then when it got to the second team, third team, not so much. So the Colts, Sam Ellinger went 8 of 13 for 70 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But when they brought in Jacob Eason, did a lot much better for them, 6 of 27, 132 yards, 0 touchdowns. So no offensive touchdowns in this game by both teams. Rushing wise, Jordan Wilkins for the Colts, 20 yards, and they basically for rushing wise they divvy out the carries. So about, if we're looking at 50, 60, 62, 73, 83 yards rushing, so meh. And then receiving wise, Desmond Patman, 4 catches, 60 yards, and Zach Pascal, 4 catches, 31 yards for the Indianapolis Colts. They got, let's see, 2 sacks. So Colts getting sacks. As I said, we're not getting any sacks. Oh yeah, one thing I did want to mention though, we did miss a field goal, which could have helped us in this game. Greg Joseph missing a 51-yard field goal. He did redeem himself later on in scoring a 49-yard field goal. So kicking, well, it was great last game because those are only points, of course, so have to look on the bright spot. He was looking from 50 plus was sort of half and half. So trying to get being more consistent in that area. Punting, Britton Colquitt, of course, had a terrible game against the Broncos. Did he redeem himself? I mean, he averaged 46.1 yards a punt, so I would say he has redeemed himself. But we'll see if they bring in any competition to for to see if he will be replaced or not. We'll see in that Kansas City game. So overall, a solid performance by our starting team. Didn't really show too much with a lot of the short passes, as I said, from Kirk Cousins. But the second team did play a lot much better, only allowing field goals. So, but the first team offense is still not the second team and third team offense is what I'm most worried for because of the lack of production. So we'll see what happens come next week and against the Chiefs, how the backups do, and then week 1 against the Bengals. Scoring drives for this game, first quarter, Blankenship 47-yard field goal, 3-0, and then we score the pick 6 via Troy Dye, and then the Colts score a field goal to make it 7-6. Second quarter, Greg Joseph hits a field goal, 10-6, and that was halftime. Third quarter, Pinero, 50-yard field goal, 10-9, and then fourth quarter, Pinero, 12-10. That was a 28-yard field goal, and then we couldn't capitalize toward the end of the game, and we end up and that's how we get to 12-10. So looking for a much better offensive performance. By that I mean any touchdowns by this team, and then in terms of defense, keep doing what you did in this game, and they should be solid. So looking forward to next week. Next week we play Kansas City Friday. Don't know how that's gonna go, but I am looking forward to it regardless. So yeah, thank you all guys for watching. This has been Miss Vikings Man 28, and as always, Skull.